What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode brought to you by the League FFB. Today, we're here, as we always are, on Saturday mornings, early afternoons, wherever you are located. We are here today on Saturday to do some Underdog Fantasy football drafts, some Battle Royales as we head into Week 4, answer some of your guys' questions. And I see we got Rams House in the building way before we even started, so I appreciate you being here. He says Dynasty full PPR, 1.75 PPR for tight ends. Superflex start 11, 12 team. I'm 1-5 with a median. Love that you play with a median. Got offered Ayuk, Bigsby, and Ladd, or Ayuk, Bigsby for Ladd, Myers, JK. Should I counter with Ingram, Myers, Dobbins, or maybe trade for Braylon? Well, if you got offered Ayuk and Bigsby for Ladd, Myers, and JK, I'm willing to do that immediately. Like, I'm already willing to do that type of deal. Now, if you want to counter with Ingram, Myers, and Dobbins, I think that's fine if you want to try that. But I'd be willing to accept it the way it already is, just because I think Ayuk and Bigsby are better players than Ladd, Myers, and JK. So, yeah, I'd be willing to do that. But thanks for the question. As I mentioned, we are here for some Underdog drafts, so I am going to be entering this first Battle Royale. We are going to pull that up on the screen right now. And you can see, man, we are waiting for a couple more people, but this is we gotta try and win. Last week, so if you've been following along, if you've been doing this with us for the last couple of weeks, week 1 cashed, made some money. The lineup, cashed. Week 2, we had a lineup cash. Week 3, we didn't have anything hit. Now, if you were here last week, you know that one of our lineups got thrown away because somebody was being an a-hole. It is what it is. That lineup actually would have cashed. I went back and looked at it just because I'm petty, and I went back and looked at it. We would have cashed, whatever. But let's just see what we can do here in week 3. And we're going to be picking from the 5 spot. So we're going to see what we can make happen. I think we should be able to get some good teams out here today. It's an interesting slate because there's some injuries. There's some unique games, double Monday games this week. Some of the bigger players like Neighbors and Lamb and Ferguson and Dak all already played on Thursday night. So, yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of lineups we can make here. But for me, more than anything, I think we're going to be looking at probably here early if we can maybe get one of these wide receivers. That's probably the route that I want to go. I don't mind going for a guy like Jamar Chase if we can get him. Or maybe even a guy like Nico Collins. Probably can get Nico Collins in the second round. But Breece Hall, Saquon, these are obviously like the top guys. I love James Conner's matchup this week too. So if James Conner is a guy that we can potentially get, I don't mind grabbing him in this matchup either. So Breece comes off number 1, and then we'll see what else happens here. But like I said, we got some options for us. We got some options. There goes Jamar. We'll see, man. We'll see. Bijan. I think I'm gonna take Connor. We'll go with him as the running back, and then we'll see what else we can land there as well. Maybe if Jordan Mason's available, we can go Jordan Mason. Him or Collins, that's kind of what I want to do here. So there goes Jefferson, Mason, Collins. These are my 2. There went Collins, so we'll go Jordan Mason. That'll be our 2 running backs in this one. If you have not played in the Battle Royales before, the Battle Royales, the way that they go is you go with a... you go with 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, 1 quarterback, 1 tight end. So that's kind of the way that we draft these teams for the most part. It's nothing crazy. Jonathan, he says, what up, man? Appreciate you being here, hanging out with us this evening. I guess this morning, not evening. What am I talking about? Kyron Williams off the board, Rashi off the board, Marvin. You love to see the Marvin pick off the board. with the matchup against Washington. There goes Ayuk. Honestly, if we can maybe on this next pick grab one of these top tight ends, I'm like Goddard feels like a smash play this week. If we can get Goddard, I might do it. I even want to potentially grab a guy like Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels feels like a smash pick this week. Still got Godwin on the board. He has a really good matchup. There goes Bowers and Goddard, so we won't go with one of them. Honestly, let's go Godwin if we can get him. I think that's the play, just depending on what franchise tag does here. He goes Kamara, so we'll take Godwin. And then if I can get Jaden Daniels on the loop around, I think I'll do it. There goes Diggs. Damn, Jaden Daniels got sniped. Well, that's fine. We will go with wide receiver. What do we got here? I don't mind a little Deontay Johnson action. Maybe we could have went with the tight end there. Feels like Kelsey needs to have a day here soon, right? Like he's eventually got to have a day here. But we have our 2 wide receivers. We have our 2 running backs. We'll grab our quarterbacks and our tight ends here. Kyler felt like a very good pick there, but I've started to not like drafting the running back and the wide receiver, especially if the running back's not a pass catcher. So, like, I want to have more touchdown upside. If James Conner gets in the end zone, that means Kyler likely didn't throw it. So that's kind of why I didn't want to go with that on this one. We're going to definitely draft some Kyler today, hopefully. Just probably not with James Conner on the squad. Andre, my guy, what's up, man? There goes Fields. Not a bad pick there either. Mahomes. I might take some Stroud if we can get Stroud. Stroud, Burrow, Hurts. Those are kind of the top guys I think we could go for at tight end. Pitts maybe if he's still available. Cole Kmet maybe. So let's see. What do we got? Stroud. I like the Stroud matchup. We'll go Stroud. It's going to be a naked Stroud just because we don't have any other options here to stack him with. That's what I mean by naked, folks. Andre says, you ready to watch Darnold throw 3 packs? He ain't doing that shit. JSN or JMO in full PPR. I think I'm going to go JMO. That would be my pick. Xavier, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? All right, so that's the first team, folks. That one was pretty easy. Stroud, Connor, Mason, Godwin, Deontay, Pitts. We'll see how that roster goes. But for the first one of the day, it ain't bad. That's for sure. We'll see what we can make happen on the second one. Andre says JMO over JSN. Yeah, man, that's the way that I view it probably this week. So there you go. That's the first team, folks. Stroud, Connor, Mason, Godwin, Deontay, Kyle Pitts. So there's that roster. I will get the next one ready, and we'll hop into that one. Like I said, we'll do about 4 of them. We keep doing about 4 every week. I feel like that's a good number to keep it, short and sweet, but still draft a couple teams. But yeah, if you guys continue to have questions, you have any questions, start sits, waivers, whatever you got, go ahead and throw them in the chat. Happy to keep answering those for you as they come in. But if you just want to chill, hang out, draft some teams, watch me draft some teams, just shoot the shit, that's fine with me too, man. I don't have an issue with that. I like these streams, man. They're just chill, drafting football teams. This is what I like to do the most, man. I would do this on my free time without streaming. So the fact that we got people in here that want to hang out and talk ball and just hang out, I love it. I absolutely love it. So we are going to be back into this second one. Here's the next one. We're waiting on our draft selection, and we're drafting from the 102. So a little bit different than the last one. I like it, though. I like it. If we can maybe get a Jamar Chase, I think I would go Jamar or maybe Saquon. Like, these are the two guys that I would most likely like to go with. So I'll go with one of them. Saquon will be my number one pick, though. Xavier says, in a 12-team Superflex start 11, 1.5 tight end premium, I'm first in the league, 6-0 with the median. Love it. Give my 25 first, another 25 first, let's say mid, and my 25 second, and get Rashee Rice. That feels heavy. 2 firsts and a second for Rice. He's probably worth that. But mid and you're late, I'd try and go with the mid first and the second and see if you can get away with that or something like that. Or you're mid first, a second, and maybe just another wide receiver that you can afford to give up. That's something that I would do. But that feels a tiny bit heavy for Rashee. Saquon off the board. That's cool. We'll go with Jamar. He'll be our first pick. And then we'll just keep drafting away. But don't mind the matchup here for Jamar Chase. He gets to play against that Carolina defense. Carolina's been pretty mediocre, but they looked a little bit better last week. But Jamar, he's coming off that big game, so we want to see that happen again for us here in this lineup. All these wide receivers coming off the board quick. If we can get Nico, we didn't get Nico in the last one. So if we can get Nico in this one, I'd like to get Nico. And then we can build around some later running backs. But that would be ideal. Kyler comes off early with the Marvin stack. I don't mind it. Jaden Daniels, don't mind it. That means we're going to have to pick something else here at the QE position, because those are the top two guys this week, I think. There went Nico. That's all right. What do we got running back wise? We could go a Bijan type of play. If he's still there, I don't mind the Bijan play. Kyron off the board. Let's go with Bijan, man. Don't mind it. Parker, my guy. Says, should I do this trade? I get Jamar and Jacobs for DK and Achan. Jamar and Jacobs for DK and Achan. I don't mind it. Especially with Tua being out at the moment. I don't mind that at all. Godwin off the board. Let's see what else we can make happen. Anything unique? No. Should we go with some Brock Bowers? Just see what we can make happen at the tight end position. Especially with Devontae Adams out, right? Like, Brock Bowers should see a ton of usage. So we'll take him. That's fine. Wide receiver. What if we go... I don't know. I still like Ayuk's matchup. A lot of people have been fading Ayuk just because he hasn't done too much. If Ayuk's available at our next one, I might just lean with him and just see what we can make happen there. If he's gone, I don't mind going with like a Mike Evans. Let's just put them on the board. And if they're... I still love James Conner. What else do we got? Kyron, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is off the board, though. I like Brian Robinson's matchup, too. Had him as the start of the week. I think this is the move. All right, let's go with... I'm going to go with Ayuk. And then we're going to try and go with one of these running backs. Keaton, my guy, what's up? He says, if KW3 misses, my bench options are P. Ryan and Zeke, already played. Waiver options are Patterson, Emmanuel, Wilson, Gibson, Algier. Who you rolling with? To be honest, I think the best play out of all of those would be Cordero Patterson. I think Cordero Patterson's a fine play this week with Jalen Warren out. Come on, we'll give us some Brian Robinson right here. There goes Diggs. We'll take Brian. All right. Bijan Robinson and Brian Robinson. You love to see that. That's a stack in itself, the name stack. And then here, what do we want? We want maybe I don't know. I'd go with some... We got Stroud in the last one. Maybe some Burrow to stack with Chase. I'd go Burrow. I'd go Hurts. Either of those guys are fine with me. Just one of them. Hubbard is Steele, and Jennings are Myers. I like Hubbard more than Steele this week, and I think I like Jacoby Myers more than Jennings this week. Let's see what we can make happen. Got 2 quarterback picks coming off the board first. There's Stroud. Okay, so we're guaranteed one of these guys for us. See, Angel, what's up, man? He says, what's up, Andrew? Would you trade Diggs for Puka? Yeah, I mean, assuming that you're in a redraft league and you can, wait on Puka for a couple more weeks. I think it's going to be like 3 more weeks maybe for Puka. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Would I do it? Potentially, but I'd like to try and do it after this week, most likely, if you can wait, because I do like the matchup here for Diggs this week. So maybe wait a week or 2 and then see if you can still do that deal, but I don't mind it if you can afford to do that. Andre says, bro, I joined an 8-team league and this is the most unserious Yeah, I'm sure. Honestly, we're about to do a Dynasty trade review show here today, honestly, for the channel. And there's a couple trades in there from an 8-team league. And I'm like, bro, I can't even imagine playing in an 8-team. 8-team's crazy. Like, it is unserious. That's the best way to say it. Keaton says, appreciate it. Go catch that dub in your idiot league mates. Hey, we got to get Casey this week, man. We got to get Casey, so I appreciate you, man. But let's get this next draft, picked up. Want to draft another one here. We'll just enter that. Not right now. Let's see what we can make happen. Bang. Back in at the number 3 pick. So I would like to... The last one we got Chase. This one we can get Brees or Saquon, that is ideal. Like, that's the ideal start here, because we didn't get either of those guys in the last one. And if we can't, what do we want to do here? If we can't get those ones, what do we want to do? I don't mind going maybe trying to chase that Marvin stack. But ideally, I'd like the Marvin Kyler stack. But I think if we can get one of these two guys, that's the one that we want to start this one with. Because our first round pick in the first draft was, who was it? Was it Connor? Did we go Connor? Connor Mason, and then I think the second one we went Chase Bijan. That was the starts. There's Breeze. Don't take Saquon, please. God damn. All right. Well, let's get a little bit unique here, man. Let's get a little bit unique. I'm gonna chase. I'm gonna chase the stack of Marvin and Kyler here at this turn right here, 3-3-2-4. I'm gonna chase that. Jefferson, Chase, Rice. What do we get? Marvin? God damn. I'm gonna piss that guy off just because I want to piss that guy off. Was that petty? That might have been petty. Jonathan says, traded DJ and Tony P for Kirko, Chains, and Mostert, half-point superflex, dropped Kyler, QB1, and Dalton on the bench. Had Russ, but had to drop him. What do you think? You dropped Kyler Murray? Did you drop Kyler Murray, Jonathan? This is a very unique build. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's take one more wide receiver here. I'll go Mike Evans if he's still around. I don't know if he actually is. I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, if he's still around, I'll take Mike Evans. He said, no, my bad. Okay, yeah, I was going to say don't drop Kyler Murray, but I don't mind in the super flex going to make that trade. Kirko, Chains, and Mostert. I mean, honestly, Tony P and DJ are solid, but I don't mind it. As long as you didn't drop Kyler Murray, because Kyler Murray's a dog, man. Let's get that Mike Evans. There you go. All right, now we need to go get these running backs. Aaron Jones is one that I want if we can get him. It'll probably just be the order of Aaron Jones. I mean, I like Brian this week. Like I said, start of the week for me. Zach Moss was a start of the week as well. Josh Jacobs should have a fine day. This is a tough defense, but he should have a fine day. And then who else? Who else? I don't know, man. It's tough. Hopefully we can just grab two of these guys. Aaron Jones is the selection for us here. And then honestly, if we can maybe get a Zach Moss, maybe a B-Rob, those would be the two. Never that. Had a solid wide receiver room with Garrett, Roman, Puka when he gets back. Yeah, I mean, that's solid. There goes B-Rob. That's fine. Most of these teams have only one. He goes Ertz. Most of these teams already have their running backs picked out. So I think we're going to be able to grab Zach Moss. There we go. We've done a good job diversifying a lot of these assets. So honestly, here in this last one, because we only have one left, here in the last one, we're just gonna draft best player available. Whoever we get exposed to, that's who we get exposed to. So that's gonna be my selection there. Let's see what we got. Waiting, there we go. Last one, enter. I'd like to get some Saquon, man. That would be ideal. We haven't been able to get any Saquon yet, so Saquon or Brees. Best full PPR flex play: Kirk, Pollard, Braylon, JSN. I like Pollard this week. I like Pollard. Picking out the 6, there's no chance we get Saquon or Brees. But you know what? We could probably get some Rashi or some Marvin Harrison. No shot, right? Death Reaper says traded Jordan Mason and JK for Ayuk and Josh Jacobs. PPR Hurts, CD London, Ayuk, Kyron, Jacobs, Kincaid, Najee, and Pickens on the bench, and D Smith out. Jordan Mason and JK for Ayuk and Jacobs. I like it. I do like it. I think that's a good deal. All right, final draft, folks. So this is the last draft. So the way that we do it is after this draft, we'll show you the exposures on the week just of these 4 teams. But this is your last call to throw in any questions. If you have questions, throw them in the chat. We got about 6 rounds of picks to go before we really show the exposures and get out of here. But make sure you throw them in the chat if you have them. Let's get some Marvin. Let's get some Rice. Damn. See what else. Let's see what else. I wouldn't mind getting some Kyron Williams, maybe. Oh, shit. Damn, dude, we got autoed. I wasn't even paying attention. What am I doing? Whatever. I don't mind the Bijan pick, to be honest. What was I doing? That's annoying. Whatever. Maybe blessing in disguise. There's a lot of running backs, man. A lot of running backs. I'm gonna get a little bit unique with this team. Actually, I'm gonna pick a little bit lower. I'm gonna scroll down and try and get some unique picks. But at tight end, what do we have at tight end? Nothing crazy. I don't really care about those guys. If Connor is there, I'm gonna take Connor. Just because I like Connor's matchup this week a lot. Jaden Daniels is there. I might try and grab Jaden Daniels. Yeah, I haven't had any Jaden Daniels, so we'll try and go Jaden. If he's not there, we'll go Connor. Those will be our 2 picks. Bijan, Kamara, Addison for DK, Achane, Etienne, Adunze. Which side wins? Full PPR. I kind of like the DK, Achane, Etienne, Adunze side, honestly. DK's been really good. I think that's the side I prefer. Jaden Daniels off, we'll go Connor, whatever. And then we don't have any Jalen Hurts. We'll go Jalen Hurts. And then wide receiver, like my scroll down picks at wide receiver would be I like DJ Moore this week. Cooper, Reed, all of these would be picks. Pickens. Clayton says 12-man half PPR, JT and Mason for Saquon and Mostert. Give me the Saquon and Mostert side. And then tight end, what can we do to get a little bit unique at tight end? Everybody's going to draft these top guys. Obviously, if Goddard is still there, he's a pick for me because he's just, we have the Hurts stack as well. Kelsey feels like he needs to have a big day eventually. And then if we want to scroll down and get unique after that, like a Cole Kmet, maybe even like a Pat Freiermuth, Dalton Schultz, all of those guys would probably be, it's probably what we're doing. I'm going to try and go with, we're going to try and go Goddard first, maybe Kelsey, and then I'm okay with any of these guys. Honestly, I'll take Pickens over Reed this week, but that's what I'm going to do. There goes B-Rob. This guy doesn't have his tight end. Damn. Okay. We'll go Kelsey. We'll go DJ Moore. Those will be the 2 picks. And this is the squad. Hurts, Bijan, Connor, Rashi, DJ Moore, Travis Kelsey. We got 2 of the Kansas City options. Maybe not super ideal. But oh well. Oh well. This one got away from us a little bit after Bijan was the auto pick. But we'll look at the exposures. Let's look at the exposures and see what it's looking like. I'll pull those up and we'll see what it looks like this week. don't think there's a lot. We didn't really get a lot of double this week. I try to get away from that this week, just one time specifically, because the last couple of weeks we've had multiple teams with multiple guys, and you know, sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. You have to hit on the right guys for it to really pay off. But I just wanted to diversify a little bit this week. Still waiting just for this draft to finish, I guess, and then we'll go look at it. But last call for questions, folks. If you have any questions today, throw those in the chat. If you don't have anything today, we are going to be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time for the Sunday morning start sit stream. So make sure you hop up in that. If you guys have any start sit questions tomorrow, as we get some of those injury reports, some of those new news pieces that are going to be coming out, make sure you're tapped into the channel. So let's look at the exposure. We got the exposure right now. This is 4 teams this week. Bijan and James Conner. We need big weeks from Bijan and James Conner. Outside of that, just picking some guys that we like the matchup. Stroud, we like the matchup versus Jacksonville. Zach Moss, we like the matchup. Kyler, we like the matchup. Honestly, the one guy that we didn't get any shares of that I really wish we did have some shares of this week would be Marvin Harrison Jr., but Marvin was going quick, man. And it's because that matchup against Washington is just cake. It's cake. It would be nice to see the Kyler and Marvin stacked. I bet that one's going to score a lot of points this week, but I still like James Conner in that game too. That's why we drafted a lot of him. The Bijan, you know, I don't know if we would have went 2 Bijans. We wouldn't have took 2 shares of Bijan if we didn't get auto-picked. That honestly should be Kyron Williams. If it was 1 Kyron Williams instead of Bijan, I'd feel a little bit better, but hey, what can you do? We got caught lacking and got auto-picked Bijan Robinson. So there you have it. That being said, folks, like I said, that is it for today. So thank you for coming in and hanging out with me and chatting some fantasy football. I appreciate it. As always, if you haven't already and you've been hanging out watching on the stream, hit that like button for me. It is the best free way to show this channel some support. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. More content coming each and every week. Just going to continue growing this thing, and I appreciate you guys spending some time with me this afternoon. So with that being said, good luck this week. If I don't see you again, if you have any questions, I'll see you tomorrow morning. But until then, peace out.